There you go. Perfect.
Here I go.
So, Marissa, how are you today?
I am good. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing good as well. And what better way to finish an epic evening with someone as epic and talented as you, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you for the buttering up.
Always. Always.
Ooh, should I share this on my... Okay, I should share this on mine too, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to push this little button, guy. How do I do that? I want to share the video. How do I share it to my own profile? Can I do that?
There's like the triangle thing on the right side, which would be so you press it, I think.
It's like not letting me share it to my profile, but
oh, okay, yeah, I know. But either way, when you go live, those who follow you know that as well. So
nice, cool.
Yeah. Right. So welcome to the show. As I said, it is so cool and also to finish this evening with someone as awesome, talented, and badass as you. So before we start, I have to give you a proper welcome. So if you have seen my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. If not, let me show you. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah. Epic. It is super epic.
Thank you. I usually when I walk into a room, that's the response I get. So I'm used to it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's perfect. Then you already know. You're like,
I
know.
I'm like, please sit down, everyone. Thank you.
Love it. So, starting with the whole interview. Tell me how your acting career started.
How far back do you want to? What do you want to know? Do you want to know, why I got into it, or the first thing I did?
Let's go for everything.
Everything. All right. Yeah, I always wanted to act. I always loved acting. I really did. And I grew up in LA, so it was around me too. So I think I was really inspired by, I just was always really interested in filmmaking and performing sketches and stuff like that, doing sketch comedy. And then, I pretty much, it was interesting when I got into it, it was sort of around like when the internet was kind of becoming a thing and everyone was doing that thing of like, hey, we can make our own work. It's so easy to make our own work now. So, really always was focusing on, I've always, done drama, and everything, but sketch comedy was like, and single cam comedy was like really where my passion was. So that's how I kind of got started, was just like making my own work. Yeah. There
you go. Such an epic start. I love it. And what were some of the challenges that you had at first when you were recently started? Because I think we all have them, right? I mean, at first we just don't know what the hell we're doing. So.
Yeah. Yep. You have to figure out what the hell you're doing. I think when I got started, it's sort of, it's just everything is a learning process, and then everyone that you're working with is like on the same level as you. And it was also like, we're first time filmmakers, we're working with first time DPs, and we actually like on my first like big project that I did, which was it's called Serving Time. It was we did 2 episodes. It was sort of like we did like a pilot episode, and then we ended up filming like a shorter sizzle reel, like sort of almost a remake of that pilot episode a few years later. And anyway, and we wanted to edit it all ourselves and do every single thing ourselves, because I think the challenge is, you're thinking we need to save all the money, and we don't have investors and all this, so we're gonna do it all. But then when you do it all, like I remember I was working this job, and I would go straight from the job and we filmed 4 nights in a row at this location, and so I was pretty much like going straight from work to go film all night, and then I would sleep for like 2 hours and then go to the job. So I think I did that 4 nights in a row. I don't recommend it,
No.
unless you want to talk about it on an Instagram live, 10 years later or whatever. But yeah.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Yeah, sleep 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's no good.
Yeah, you just feel horrible, and plus the next day you don't. Yeah, well, I mean, at least to me, I start to get moody.
Yeah, moody, and especially when you're trying to direct people and direct yourself, and you've got the shot list, and it's a lot. But it's fun. I mean, I was so amped up and so excited. It was like the very first like big thing that I was producing and acting in. So it was like you're just like on pure adrenaline, I think, and a lot of caffeine, but mostly adrenaline.
Yeah. That's cool. That's I mean, how else you will be able to survive it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if I didn't love it, then I would be like, this sucks, I don't want to do this anymore, and just but I was like, yeah, we're gonna cool, we get the location from whatever it was, like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Awesome, like let's do it.
Oh my god.
So
that's hectic, but amazing, in a cool story though.
Yeah, makes for a good story.
There you go. Now, between 2008 and 2014, you were in Certifiable, the filming of Shaky Willis, The Young and the Restless, Serving Time, Capture Melody, Instagram at Captain Story, 20s versus 30s. Tell me, like, were those some of your first projects, and what are some of your favorite moments?
Yeah,
in those projects.
Yeah, that was sort of the first chunk of my career. Doing The Young and the Restless was interesting because the breakdown for the character was, I think it was like 40s to 50s, and I forget specifically what it said, but it was I remember sitting in the casting office, and it was like a lot of like older women. It was for like a hotel maid, and everybody was sort of dressed in like like worker like work uniforms and sneakers and stuff like that, and I had like a completely different idea about the character, and just came in and did it my own way, and was like, okay, like I don't know if I'm gonna get this, because I'm not at all like who but they call people in for a reason, because they like options, and then I got it, and just I did it like I came in and did it like kind of almost snarky, almost like more like, instead of just delivering the information, I kind of put like my own like spin on what I thought the character should be like, and I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with it, and I totally did, and it was great. So that was a good experience. And soaps, the experience on a soap is interesting because it really goes lightning speed, and you're in and out. They don't have time for anything. It's just like, stand here, there's the light, great, okay, let's just do this, let's go. So
wow. That's awesome. I mean, hectic too, but awesome. Yeah.
It's sorry, you broke up for a sec, but it was a very fun experience. I was so nervous on that set. It was like one of my first jobs, and I remember like I was like talking to myself, kind of being like, you got this, you got this, you got this. And then I realized, oh, my mic is on, so like the sound guys are probably listening to this poor girl being like, you got this, you're okay.
My God.
But whatever.
So cool. And then you were in Hazel and Lewis, Animal Agents, Is Not That Hard, 30 Nothing, No Cuts, Masterclass, Betsy DeVoe Teaches Education 1, Airbnb Beware, Abandoned, We Didn't Start the Fire, 2018 edition, PTA Pressure, Hit Me Again. I mean, you're basically killing it here. Giving. I mean, that is so badass. But tell me, like, what are usually some of the steps that you usually take in order to prepare a character? I mean, I understand, of course, it depends on the role, but like, what usually sets you off in this let's say, journey of creating this character?
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of the roles that you mentioned are like sketch characters, which is something that I do a lot of, and it's one of my passions. Of course, any acting role, you're preparing a character, but you know, I sort of put sketch characters like in their own category. And yeah, and Hazel and Lewis, Animal Agents, was a short film that I co-created with my friend Sai Ozcan, and it's basically us doing sketch characters in like a mockumentary format. It's very fun. So anyway, to answer your question though, I think when I start with a character, I think inspiration and getting into a character can come from anywhere, but for me, the kernel is usually what, like, you take sort of like, what is the defining point of view of this person? Like, that's sort of like the spark, I think, is like what's driving them, how do they see the world, and then you like build from, or I build from that, you know, like how do they move, how do they talk, what would they say, how do they think about everything else, if that makes sense.
Okay, wow. And also, you were featured a sketch performer on a show called Laughs that was on Fox, and also 2 of your sketches appeared on the show, so that is super cool. But tell me about that experience.
So I was in a sketch group called Those Girls, with Liz Benham, Deanna McDonald, and Aaron Schwanitz, and we did some sketches called 20s versus 30s. It was a series that it did pretty well, and then so Fox had reached out to us for their show called Laughs, where they would feature like different sort of like the top sketches of the week that they would pull from the internet and stuff. So we had a couple episodes where they featured some of those 20s versus 30s sketches. So yeah, that was very fun. That was very cool to see them on TV and stuff.
That is
not just on the computer, my friends.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was very fun. We also got we had also one of those on an, I believe it's an ABC show called Right This Minute. So yeah, it was fun. I think it was another one of those like, hey, let's pull like the sketches of the week that we find. So yeah.
Wow. And what do you think? What do you think it's important when you are creating a character?
When I'm creating a character, I think it's important to completely immerse yourself. And I think you have to go really bold. I think that it's just so fun to disappear, that I kind of think of it as like you're riding the wave of being this person, and that I try not to let like the whole show of who I am, if that makes sense. I've never really put it that way before, but that's kind of how it swims around in the old noggin, is just, you know, like once you're in this other person's mindset, you know, then it's like it just like affects it should, you know, affects everything that you do, kind of. So
that is,
but yeah, characters always starts, you know, from point of view. Totally. If you don't, you have to have a strong point of view, otherwise your character is gonna be, there's not gonna be any depth. And I think that like, especially with like sketch characters, or characters that are maybe really like big or bold, they can tend to maybe they can not have a lot of depth, or they can be flat or like caricatures if you don't really, you know, take on like the mindset or the point of view of that character, which I think is maybe like the mistake that people make, kind of almost like saying like, oh well, it's just sketch, so I don't really have to feel the emotions, or I don't really have to put their thinking in my brain. I can just act like them, kind of. So, but I think then it just comes out kind of flat.
Yeah, Trey, I do think that but at least one of the things that I do like is whenever I could see this character and be like, I can totally see that character walking down the street, or I can totally relate to that character and actually, I don't know, talking about something, you know. And the fact that when you can create that, I think it's with the moment, or when the audience cares about the character, I think that is when you basically nailed it.
Yes, the caring. And you know, if you have the depth and the heart, then people are going to care, because people can't care about something that is flat and unrealistic. So yeah, I agree with that 100%.
There you go. Yeah, awesome. And what do you like the most about character creation? Like the number one thing you love the most?
Ooh, the number one thing. The number one thing is it's so freeing and fun, because I feel like you just get free reign to live in this other persona. And I don't want to say that it's like hiding, but I feel like it's like when you're wearing a mask, then you feel free to not be like, everything you're doing is with this mask on. But it's not hiding myself. It's more like you're getting permission to do and say anything that this other character would do and say. And it's almost like coming from them, like they're another entity or something. Yeah, so I just find it really, it just feels fun, because you almost like forget about yourself when you immerse into this other persona, kind of.
Yeah, I can agree on that. I mean, it's a whole other process, right? I mean, it's far beyond that what some people might think, which is just learn your lines and you're good to go.
Yeah, the lines are like the last thing. I think that's a pretty common misconception, is that like the lines would be like the first thing, but it's really the last thing. Especially like, I come from an improv background. I've done a lot of performance improv, and you know, that's when you really like, that really helps you to understand character, because when you're improving, you can say or do anything based on what scenario presents itself, or what other people say to you, and it's obviously unprepared. So putting the lines, you know, is almost like stacking it on top of your character, because if you really like understand the character that you're playing, you can be that character in an improv scene, right? You know how they would respond or react to anything. So I think that's really cool when like you understand your character like that well, that deeply, that you're like, yeah, I could walk them down the street or go in the grocery store and be that person.
I could totally do that. Now, besides acting, which is super badass, by the way, you have also wrote several projects, and some of them I even mentioned them, such as Serving Time, 20s versus 30s, Hazel and Lewis, Animal Agents, It's Not That Hard, No Cuts, Airbnb Beware, PTA Pressure, and Gift Giving. But tell me, like, how you get inspired to, like, how did you wrote those projects, but also how you usually get inspired to start writing?
Well, a lot of them were collaborations, so it's, you know, a lot of them are the product of me and friends and other, you know, fellow creatives coming together and saying like, what story do we feel inspired to tell? And I think it's really like, that's where you have to start, is what do I want to say right now? As opposed to like, I think anytime you come in with like the shoulds, that's leading you down the wrong path, you know, like,
Okay.
what should I write? What would be cool to write, or what would people like? Don't do that, guys. So yeah, like a lot of them, you know, just came from, you know, a lot of all the comedy ones and stuff literally was just like, oh, this would be so funny and I haven't seen this done before, maybe. Or it was just like with you know, Hazel and Lewis is definitely like one of, you know, my most special projects, and we love those characters so much. And you know, it's like those characters to us are so hilarious and funny that we were like, we have to do something with them, you know. And yeah, so that's I think that's kind of what I would say about where it all starts.
That is, but that's awesome. It's so interesting, like that. I mean, I find it kind of I find it amazing, the fact that what can you create with your mind? You know, you can create this whole character out of nowhere and basically giving it a life. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty wild when you think about it. Like, just writing something is the blueprint, and then making it come to life and making this thing that looks like real life, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but I also love the collaborative aspect of it. I mean, obviously, you know, I do a lot of solo stuff these days, just like a lot of like one-off impressions or whatever, but you know, you really can't beat the collaborative nature of filmmaking, and I mean, and comedy writing. Like, what's better than comedy writing, you know? Like, make each other laugh all day. So yeah.
I love it. And you also directed and produced some of them as well. Tell me, what were some of the challenges that you had while acting, directing, and producing at the same time for those projects?
Oof, yeah, it's so many hats. I can't help myself. Like, I always want to have all my hands in all the pots, because I'm like, yes, I can do that. Cool, I can do this. And, you know, I just like, it also like helps facilitate your own creative vision, because that's how I got into editing, you know, aside from the fact that it was like, hey, let's save money on an editor. We'll just learn how to edit ourselves. You know, cut to us like screaming at Final Cut, the bootleg Final Cut version, you know, being like, what are you doing? Why won't you work? And, you know, looking up a lot of YouTube tutorials. But I think that, you know, I actually really love editing, because editing is so integral to the final product. Specifically, like with comedy, like the timing and the build of the energy and the story and everything. So for me, it's almost like I can't help myself, where I go like, I want to edit it, you know, because I can see how it's going in my head. But yeah, I've been a lot better lately about outsourcing, so to speak, and just trying to focus on acting and, you know, writing when I need to, because the behind the scenes, you know, doing too many things behind the scenes, it's just makes me a little cuckoo. So yeah, but
cool.
I think it's like, you just have to learn how to be like a multitasking master and not get too overwhelmed, kind of like just be like switching your gears, you know. I remember like Jason Bateman, like when he directs Ozark, I can't believe that he directs so many. Like, how are you directing yourself in Ozark and you're giving an amazing performance too? It's like, you know, you just have that little director brain right here, I guess. I don't know.
Or a huge supply of caffeine.
Or a huge, just like shoot it right in the old vein.
All kinds of. That is so cool. Wow. And like, what advice could you give to those who are recently started acting, writing, producing, and directing?
The first thing that comes to mind is take things step by step.
Okay.
I think it's so easy to get and I've seen it happen. I've obviously experienced it myself, to get overwhelmed and to get into that mindset of like compare and despair, if you've heard that before. Like, oh, other people have more resources than me. Everybody else is this person got their project made, or my project's taking too long. There are so many, you have to plan for setbacks. You have to plan for the struggle. You have to just, I think it's like doing one project, building an acting career, building a film career. It's really helpful to think of it like any small business. You know, you have to grow where you're planted and build out from there, you know. I think people just get so excited and anxious to like, you know, leapfrog or like skip steps. And at the end of the day, if you are making quality work, whatever that means, like if you have no money but you know, but you've got some acting skill and you want to show it off, just put it on your phone, you know. Like, don't worry about, I don't have an expensive camera to make a whole web series or a whole show. Like, start with what you have, because at the end of the day, all that stuff is fluff. Like, it's all bells and whistles unless you're really showing your skill set, you know, and like, hey, totally. I can act, or I'm funny, or I am interested in editing. I may not like know everything about it, but I have an eye for this, or I have an eye for directing. And that's where you're going to get the credit, is people go, oh wow, like look what they're doing with nothing. I'll bet they could do something even more amazing with a little time and a little money, you know.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we have seen a lot of times that these huge blockbuster films with this huge budget, and regardless of how many of how many cool technology they might apply and this new cameras or whatever, if it doesn't if it doesn't connect, it's not going to connect, you know. I do think also, the same thing, that maybe the equipment makes you look cooler, but it doesn't mean that you need that in order to do something really cool, you know. I mean, we have seen a lot of sometimes with YouTube videos that guys with just cameras with their phones create something really cool, and the other way around, they have this huge equipment and this really cool setup, but it's just not connecting, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we're really in an incredible age, because we have there's millions of people making so much content, and some of it is like super high quality, super high concept, and then some people are doing amazing work, like literally just holding their phone up to their face for 5 seconds, you know. So I think that like there's no standard, you know.
Totally.
It doesn't matter, you know.
Totally. Now, you have also done some comedy. Tell me, what do you like the most about comedy?
What do I like most about comedy? It makes me feel good. It makes other people feel good. It's just, it's pure joy. Like, I love acting, all kinds of acting, but I really think like I always zeroed in on comedy, because it's just, I just think there's nothing like the feeling of when you find something funny, or when you know that you're getting a laugh, or rather I should say, like when you're giving laughter to other people, you know. It's literally like, it's just the best feeling. It's my favorite thing to do. So yeah.
I love it. And what do you think is the key for a good comedy?
I'm gonna say commitment on that one, because that's really when people respond to material, is when you can see someone, it's kind of an actory thing to say. So if you are an actor, you know exactly what I'm talking about. for non-actors out there, if I were to explain it in a different way, I would say when you can see someone fully immersed in a character, confidently, boldly, and they're having fun, then you're gonna get people on board with you, you know. Obviously, you know, I love to shoot the shit about technical stuff about comedy too, like structure and timing, and like what makes something, you know, physically funny, you know, like physical options to do for like a take or something like that. But really, like, if the commitment isn't there, meaning like you have to be like, you have to be a good actor, you because then people go along for the ride that you're taking them on. They get like immersed in the story. So
yeah. So basically, you need to be honest.
Honesty, yeah. I think honesty, because people, yeah, I mean, people can smell inauthenticity
Totally.
a mile away, you know.
Totally. And you can, and we can see it sometimes that whenever, I mean, it happened. I think it happened to every one of us at some point in our lives, that you really try to be funny and it's just not connecting at all. And the moment where you're like, screw it, and you do something without even thought about it that it was gonna be funny, and it turned out to be hilarious.
You know? Yeah. Sometimes you don't really have control over it, you know, and it can be scary, you know, even like in real life, like you're saying, you know, if you think you're saying something funny or doing something funny and then you don't get the laugh that you want, you're like, rejection, I don't like this. But that's why you have to, like, you know, like I was saying about making your own work, you have to make yourself laugh and do things that you're like, this would be so funny to do, as opposed to like, what's gonna make other people like what I do.
Totally.
Yeah.
I can agree on that.
Yeah.
Now, if you could describe your career at the moment on a movie, TV show, book, or even a play, why not? What would be the title of it?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh God. You would think for like an improv person, I would be able to give you like a immediate response, but of course I'm overthinking it. Okay, let's say like The Diary of a Cuckoo Bird, because I feel like that's how my brain is like, it's like creative overdrive all the time, and on top of that you're balancing the business of acting, where you're doing outreach and you want to get people to see your work and you're making your own work and all this, and it's like a balance of creative fulfillment for yourself and, you know, trying to further your career and show and get seen, right? So yeah, definitely like feel like feathers like coming out of my hair and face sometimes. Yeah.
And would it be a movie, TV show? What would it be?
Oh, it would be an ongoing series, TV series, running for 30 plus seasons, because it never ends.
So would it be like what was the name of the show? Yeah.
Dallas? Didn't Dallas run for like?
Let's find out.
I don't know. Let's find out, shall we?
All right.
Maybe it would be a soap opera, because soaps run for like 35 years or something.
Okay, so which show do you think that has the most episodes?
Well, Always Sunny is the longest running show in syndication. I don't know if it has the most episodes. It's got to be a soap. It's got to be like General Hospital, or like, what is it?
I mean, it's not technical. Okay, so this is gonna be. Okay, so here we go. So It's a show called Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke?
Yeah, so here said that inspired by the classic radio drama Gunsmoke, the highly acclaimed TV series depicting the settlement of the American West aired on CBS from 1955 to 1975. During those 20 seasons, it racked up outstanding 635 episodes, the most of any scripted primetime series ever.
Well, I know what I'm binging after Succession. Gunsmoke, guys.
There we go. We are promoting it. I mean, it's already over, but we're still promoting it.
Yeah. I'm gonna get people hooked. It's gonna be like the next Breaking Bad. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna make it trendy. Hashtag Gunsmoke. We have a plan there.
Hashtag Gunsmoke.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like you have you have competition.
Yeah, a little bit. Is it Gunsmoke? Is it a Diary of a Cuckoo Bird? I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot. It's big shoes to fill, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, what would you think? It's one of the most famous shows ever, like in history.
Famous? Can I ask one question before I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it an international show?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say something from Bollywood. No? But it's an international show?
I mean...
Something from the
everybody...
UK?
It's not... I mean, it is international. Everybody has seen it, so it has been aired all around the world.
The UK Office.
Nope.
The UK Gunsmoke.
That would be cool, but no.
You gotta tell me.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Should have known.
Yeah. So the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the top 5 would be Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, The Walking Dead, 30 Reasons Why, The 100th, Orange is the New Black, Riverdale, and Grey's Anatomy.
Damn. It's so funny to me that Riverdale is so huge because it's like, who was like, let's take the Archie comics, but then like make it into like nothing like the Archie comics. We're just gonna like take the character names and then make them into like a dramedy show, and it's gonna be the best thing ever.
You know what? Wait, yeah, I just realized that they took.
Yeah, and the characters lived in Riverdale.
You know what? After this, I'm gonna watch Gunsmoke instead.
Yeah.
Screw it. Gunsmoke it is. Wow. You know, at first I thought that like one of the shows that with most episodes ever was ER, because I remember back when I was a kid, every now and like every single time you would switch to Warner Channel, every single time it would go to ER, you know, new episode of ER, and it went like that, I don't know, for almost 20 years, something like that. And it got into a point in which I was like, okay, here we go. And I never watched I never watched an episode. Only one time I was, you know, like that I was making myself something really cool to eat, and I was like, okay, let's see what's on TV. No streaming services at that point. Yeah. And then I was basically had to either watch that or watch golf, or it was like that moment on TV that there's nothing to see. Like it happens. There's like nothing to watch.
Yeah, golf or ER. I'm gonna choose ER every time.
Yeah, I'll probably shoot. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's cool.
During the pandemic, I actually got really into Columbo. No joke. I don't know if you've ever watched an episode, but all of a sudden Columbo was like on Amazon, and I was like, yes. I don't know what happened. I love Peter Falk. He's so funny. Yeah.
It's from 1968, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I love anything from like the 60s and 70s anyway, so but yeah, Peter Falk is just like subtly hilarious.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
You know,
we're recommending such gold right now.
Yeah, especially Gunsmoke.
Yes.
I'm still promoting it. I really hope at some point anyway. Yeah. But you know, for example, when the pandemic started, I decided that it was a cool idea to watch The Godfather again I mean, I love that movie, but watch it the first one, second, and third one like at the same time, and it was really cool. But yeah, definitely to me the best one has to be either the first one has to be the coolest one. The second was good, but the third one
not so good. I think I've only seen the first one, but everyone says the second one is the best.
I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. But for example, I did enjoy the first one because you get the chance to see more about. Yeah, you get the chance to see Marlon Brando. You know what I mean? I mean, he was such a cool actor here, but
yeah. Marlon. I'm yet to see A Streetcar Named Desire. That's on my list of classics. I don't know how I haven't seen that yet, but shame on me.
Now, what do you think are some of the favorite classics for everybody for movies?
Favorite classics. Personal taste or just in general?
In general. Let's see. In general.
Oh, like, are we talking like the AFI 100 list?
Kind of it. I mean, yeah.
It's gotta be like Some Like It Hot, Psycho, Godfather, maybe Wizard of Oz, Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing good. Okay.
Yeah. You are. Cool. Yeah, you are rocking it here.
Cool. Yeah, I know my stuff. I went to film school. What else is on there? Like maybe like what's that Katharine Hepburn movie? The African Queen? I forget.
Was it?
Sunset Boulevard, maybe Sunset Boulevard's on that list. I don't know. Space Odyssey, Jaws? Jaws? No Jaws? No.
You ready for the top 10?
Oh, the top 10. I was thinking what's on the top 100. Wait, let me think. Wait. Top 10?
Okay, so for the top 10.
Yeah, tell me top 10.
So for the top 10, at first, like at number 1 is Citizen Kane.
Okay, makes sense.
Then at number 2 is
Lawrence of Arabia.
Huh?
Lawrence of Arabia.
The number 2?
Maybe top 10. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but no. On number 2, you want to try or you want to guess or you want me to say?
Give me a little hint.
It's a movie in which there is this guy who is the owner of a nightclub. It's a classic. It's from 1940.
Oh, wait, Casablanca?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's number 2.
Why was my first thought was like A Night at the Roxbury when you said nightclub, and I was like, A Night at the Roxbury.
Then at number 3 we have City Lights.
Not A Night at the Roxbury either. Wow, that one must not be making it on the top 10. City Lights is that Chaplin?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it says here that Charlie Chaplin's City Lights follows the tramp as he falls in love with a lovely blind flower girl, trying to win her love and save her livelihood. Wow. Yep. At number 4. You want to guess? What do you want me to say?
Give me a hint.
There is a scare. Okay. Okay. So you said it like 2 minutes ago.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Yeah. It wasn't like widely received at the time either, which is really weird.
That was one of the things that I discovered. Like the same thing happened with Charlie Chocolate's Factory. That when that movie came, a lot of people didn't care about it, and then it was later on that it became suddenly a classic.
Yeah. It's incredible. Also, Gene Wilder in that is gold.
Yeah, totally agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at number 5, you also mentioned that before. And we were talking about that a couple of minutes ago.
Some Like It Hot on the Waterfront? Psycho?
No. We talked about it.
We talked about it. Gunsmoke the movie.
That would be cool.
Wait, did I say Psycho?
Yeah, you said Psycho, but no. Psycho's not there.
Oh, damn. What is it? I forgot what I said.
The Godfather.
Oh, duh.
Okay, now for number 6, it's a musical classic.
A musical classic. Let's see. It's gotta be, you know, A Night at the Roxbury, because there's music in it, and it's so, no.
I got my money on you.
Okay, a musical classic. Not The Wizard of Oz. And it's old. It's from the 50s.
60s.
From the 60s. And people are singing in it and dancing in it. And
the movie takes place on the verge of World War II.
South Pacific? No. I don't know my wars.
Okay. It's
I don't know, tell me.
It's The Sound of Music.
Oh God. Of course it's The Sound of Music.
Okay. Now,
that was a good hint, because you didn't hand it to me on a silver platter, you know?
Now, at number 7, it's a movie from 1962, and it was based on the 1960 Pulitzer Prize winning novel by Harper Lee.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
There you go. Yes. I knew that. So, number 8. This one is... Okay, so in this musical, it retells the classic Romeo and Juliet story.
West Side Story.
But in the modern setting of 60s New York City.
West Side Story, baby.
There you go.
You go.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. At number 9. I mean, you know, it's one of these movies that if I say one thing, you're gonna know like this.
What's the decade?
1977.
Saturday Night Fever.
That would be cool, but no.
Wait, 77?
Yeah. They actually, okay, okay, so this franchise, they have done so many things.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Too crazy.
You said franchise, and I knew.
There you go. Now, at number 10, we got it. This is from the 50s, and it basically, so it says here that okay, so I'm just finding a little bit too. It's an Academy Award nominated performance, and also okay, so basically it's about a young aspiring starlet who managed to weasel her way into the social circles and good graces of Broadway.
Wow. Is it? Wait, A Star Is Born? I haven't seen that, so I don't.
You
know.
want
Funny? Is it Funny Girl or the good? What decade?
50s.
50s?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody weasels their way into stardom in the 50s? Another clue.
Do you want me to say some of the actors?
Give me one of the actors, sure.
Bette Davis.
Bette Davis in... Wait, did I already say Some Like It Hot?
Yeah, but no.
Is she in... That's not that.
You want me to say another?
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. No, that's not Bette Davis. Yeah, tell me another actor.
Anne Baxter.
Anne Baxter. That's not helpful because I don't know her work.
George Sanders.
I don't don't know George.
Okay. Celeste Holm. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you more about it. So the start here is Margot Channing talking about Eve under her wing. Margot begins to see, with every part she seems to begin to lose, that Eve is after much more than just an advice and friendship. She's after Margot's career.
All about Eve.
There you go.
I
love it. Now at number 11, I mean, we're gonna talk about 50. We're not gonna go 100. This is gonna take hours if we go 100.
Yeah, I need a snack and a nap.
Yeah, me too. I mean, plus I want to go for a pizza. So yeah. let's finish on 50. So at number 11, you mentioned that a lot recently. A lot of it. It's from the 50s.
Wizard of Oz is older than that. I mentioned it a lot. Some Like It Hot. No?
Sunset Boulevard.
Which one?
Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, Sunset Boulevard. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting all the black and whites mixed up in there.
Now, for number 12, this one okay. This one was from 1958. And it's an Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece.
And it's not Psycho, because we already said that one.
Yeah, it's not Psycho.
Vertigo?
Yeah. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
For the 13 we got, it's from the 1967, and it's about a recent graduate is pulled into an illicit affair with a much older wife of a family friend.
Yeah. The Graduate.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it. At number 14, this is from 1975. It's a young private detective gets in a little over his head when he's hired by a wife to investigate the goings on of her husband.
It's not Hitchcock.
Yep. I don't even know about this one. I actually discovered now. So.
Who's the actor?
Jack Nicholson.
Chinatown? It's Chinatown. Yeah. It's Chinatown.
All right. And the last one here. It's, of course, it is a musical. I do think it.
A Night at the Roxbury.
No. Nope.
No.
Nope. It's from 1952. I don't know if it's a musical or not. I do think it's a musical. I don't know.
But you're not sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like it from the cover of it, that it is musical. So it basically is a rough transition in Hollywood from silent films to the talkies and silent films power. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else.
A rough transition from the silent films to the talkies.
I do believe it's a musical.
And it's from 1952.
Yeah.
A rough transition into the talkies. Wait, is it Buster Keaton?
Nope.
Then I got nothing.
Singing in the Rain.
I don't even know the story of that because I saw it when I was so young that I just know that they sing in the rain and that's it. Yeah,
me too. I just know that part, and that they're playing with umbrellas on it, and it's really happy because it's raining and everything. You know, I did. You know what? Fun fact: I did try to do that once with a couple of friends. I mean, we were drunk. What you were expecting? And we would try to do that. It didn't work out. Nope.
No.
We were not singing in the rain. We were like feeling miserable in the rain because it was like raining, but like this type of rain that is not friendly, that is kind of aggressive to it. And there's like a lot of wind to it. So yeah.
Yeah. See, the art imitating life and the life imitating art. It's not always what it appears. Totally.
Now, one of my last questions here is: if you could describe your career on a drink, which one would you choose?
Like a drink name?
Drink name. It could be anything you want.
Well, since I'm going with the with the cuckoo bird theme. Let's stick with that theme, and we'll call it the cockatiel cocktail.
I love it. And what
be a whole bunch of shit in there. A lot of fruity shit and things that don't belong together, like cream and pineapples, and well, actually that sounds delicious. That's pina colada. And like just, you know, throw a whole concoction and then just like blend it a lot, like over blend it. And then
I tell you what, I tell you what, at some point I'm gonna go to LA, and then we need to make an episode. We're gonna buy the ingredients and we're gonna make that drink.
Do we have to drink it if it's disgusting?
I told you what, we will have like another competition of movies, and the one who is like for everyone, like from each question, the one who got it wrong will drink a sip of it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Right. It's fair. Mm-hmm. Okay. And like my last question here is, Marissa, is what motivates you? I mean, we all have those days, right, in which we just feel like crap. We don't want to do anything. We think that we have wasted our lives. We will compare our lives with other ones, even with friends or family that they're doing better, let's say, and you feel like, what the hell is going on here? So what gets you out of all of those toxic thoughts and just continuing pursuing what you love most?
That's a great question. I never have toxic thoughts or compare and despair syndrome. I'm a ray of freaking sunshine every moment. Yeah. I agree on that. Yeah. You know, it's like just I've always like had a drive to not compromise myself or give up on my dreams, whatever those dreams may be. Like if I want creative fulfillment is something that is just so important to me at my core, that I just never like had it in me to, I just think I prefer the path of it's gonna be hard but fulfilling, rather than I don't even want to call it giving up, because I think that that's a negative thing to say, like, because we all get beaten down, or we need a rest, or we need a shift, and we don't want to do, we want to change our life or our lifestyles or whatever. So it's not so much about giving up, it's just about pressing on in a way that I still can, you know, like if that maybe things are going to shift over time, like how you pursue your dreams or how you creatively express yourself, or you know, what your time allotment is, or your energy allotment. You know, I've had my struggles for sure in that area, and I've, you know, obviously like commiserate with others who have too, especially, you know, during this, I don't know if you heard, but there's like a pandemic going on.
There's a new one. There's part 2 coming up.
Oh God. I don't want any sequels or trequels or prequels or anything.
No, but it's happening. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way as you. Yeah. But the other day I was checking it, and a friend of mine who works at a hospital, and she was telling me like, yeah, it's coming. And I was like, wait, really? Part 2? Yeah. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
But yeah, you know, like, but that's a good thing that you bring up too, is, you know, you have to be happy now. And I think that my continuing to pursue what I love to do is, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to do the things that make me happy today and see where it leads, you know? Yeah. And that's where all good dreams start from, right? It starts from that kernel of like, I'm doing this for myself and because I love it, and this is what brings me joy. And, you know, more power to you if you can grow it into something that's a sustainable career. I mean, that's my dream for everybody. But we all still have the power to, you know, do something every day that makes us happy. You know, if it's, you know, I wish that everybody could be doing their thing for 8 hours a day, but if you're not, do your thing for, you know, 1 minute a day, you know, if you
Totally.
can. Mm-hmm.
Totally. Wow, Marissa. I mean, I'll definitely need to do this. You definitely dropped the mic here, so I'm just gonna drop it. Well, I actually no, because it was a little bit expensive. I'm not gonna drop it. But
yeah,
no,
you can
okay.
you can mime dropping it, and that'll be sufficient.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
what have I got? I have a Christmas pencil. A new Christmas
oh yeah, there we go.
drop.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's a wrap here.
That's a rapidy-do.
That is amazing, Marissa. I mean, that is really cool what you do. It is super inspiring, super funny. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more of your awesome work in the future. I'm super sure that 2022, it's the opening from an epic, for more epic stuff coming up.
Thank you so much, Dan. This is so fun.
Yeah,
this is great.
I do love it. It was really cool. It was amazing. Yeah. And as I said, what better way to have a cool evening with someone as awesome and amazing as you. And also, I want to thank those who are watching this right now. Thank you so much. Or if you're watching this later, also thank you. Or if you're watching it on YouTube or listening it on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure that you're following Marissa. If you're following her, that's cool. But just leave a million likes and share content. You know, support her. I mean, let's make her trendy right now. And then once you make Marissa trendy, then you're gonna make Gunsmoke trendy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a reboot of it. I mean, since they're making like a lot of reboots recently, why not making a reboot of Gunsmoke?
Reboot. Let's make it happen, guys. This is the new like, this will be the bigger than TikTok.
Yeah.
Bigger than all of TikTok is gonna be.
Yeah.
The Gunsmoke reboot is happening.
It's happening. And the only thing I'm asking is if you can mention that was my idea. That was it. That was our idea, by the way. That was our idea.
Yeah, but you know, you were the colonel that started it all. So.
But at the same time, you have to be a 50-50, you know? I don't want to get sued, so.
Okay. All right. 50-50, I'll take it.
There you go. I love it. And yeah, Marissa, I mean, thank you so much. As I said here, keep doing what you do. It is super inspiring. It is super cool. I'm super sure that there is a lot of people who sees you as a role model, and also that they rely on you. And they see you that if she can do it, I can do it too. And as I said here, you have such an amazing, badass, talented career. I mean, the list goes on and on for a lot of epic stuff that you do. And before I send you off, I need to send you off properly again. So there
you go. Okay, give me more. Okay, thank you.
Keep rocking, and I'll see you in the next one.
Until the next one. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, you too.
Bye. Bye, everybody.